I just wanted to touch base with you guys on how important it is for us to speak up, to practice our rights, because if you don't practice your rights, they will be taken away from you.
You're fighting all this propaganda all the time, and it's a very difficult fight.
Americans, mobilize. Stand together, stand tall. Tell the government you're mad as hell. No longer cooperate with the government. Do not accept the national ID card. Do everything in your power to restore freedom and your individuality back to America. Stop being a country run by the institutions for the institutions. Let's go back to we the people, by the people, for the people, as opposed to we the institution, by the institution, for the institution. Stand up for your individual rights. Stand up for the godliness that's in each and every one of us.
Welcome to the Inspired.
January 2nd, 2023. Oh man, I'm so tired. I need to start doing these a lot sooner, but my goal is to try to get one a day. I know that's not always going to happen. There's going to be things that come up, but here we go. Time is 11:58. Got 2 minutes left of January 2023. And yeah, man. So just wanted to touch base with you guys on all the crazy crap that's going on around this world. I know that for a lot of us, things seem kind of crazy. For a lot of us, a lot of shit just really doesn't make sense on what's going on in the world. And right now, actually for a while, there's been a great awakening happening. I know a lot of us awaken at different times and for different reasons, but nonetheless, I think that the universe is going through an awakening period. We're going through the era of the Aquarius, which I'm not going to get into right now, but that's what's happening. The world goes through cycles. The universe goes through cycles, and right now, from what I understand, that every few thousand years, we go through what's known as an ascension process. Now, I'm no subject matter expert at all, and I'm not going to claim to be, but I am going to share the things that I know of, and in hopes of, collaborating with people and learning more about these certain things as I go on. Again, here at the Inspired, I just share things that inspire me with the hopes of inspiring you guys back. So that being said, I went through my awakening back in 2009. I came across a video by a director by the name of Aaron Russo, and he created a movie called America from Freedom to Fascism. Now, in this movie, Aaron was talking about what happened with 9/11. And so at this time in 2009, I was still a little bit asleep. I've always had this sense of not really trusting the government. And so when I turned 18, I didn't even vote, because I knew deep down inside that my vote really didn't count. And as we went through, and since 2015 or 2018, there was evidence of voter fraud, and then 2020, more evidence of voter fraud, and then last year in 2022, during the midterms, there was even more evidence of voter fraud, just proving to me what I already knew back when I was in high school and growing up as a little kid, that the government just couldn't be trusted at the time. And don't get me wrong, there are a lot of things within the government and government programs that do benefit people, but that's just, in my opinion, to get people dependent on the government. What I think is that the government needs to be structured in a way where people are encouraged to be independent. People are encouraged to think for themselves, to speak for themselves, and to practice their liberties. I think that everybody in this world has a right to do whatever that they want to do, period. As long as that thing that they're trying to do does not infringe on somebody else's right to do the same thing, to live and pursue happiness and enjoyment in their lives. Now, freedom of speech is the First Amendment for a reason, because it's the most powerful. Without that, we have nothing. You know, we have no ability to share our thoughts, our processes, and the things that we're opinionated about. And so I've been sitting on starting this channel for a while, and my own thoughts, my own opinions about what other people would think and what I thought and how I thought that my finished product would come out was preventing me from doing the thing that I knew I needed to do. So going back to my awakening, happened in 2009, and in this video, Aaron Russo was talking about what happened in 9/11 and how David got one of the Rockefeller families contacted him and told him about the events that were going to come. Now, he contacted him before 9/11 even happened. And
specifically, this was a little over 6 years ago.
This was
11 months before 9/11.
Yeah.
And Nick Rockefeller, who's a lawyer, he's become your friend over the previous years, and he's saying to you that there's going to be this big event, and then out of that we're going to have a war on terror, and it's just going to go on and on.
right, an endless war on terror without any real enemy. That you can never, so you can never define a winner.
And did he say that it's going to be perfect because you can't define an enemy? It just goes on
Yeah,
and on?
because you can't define a winner. There's no one to beat, so it goes on and on forever. And they can do whatever they want. They scare the hell out of the American public. Look, this whole war on terror is a fraud. It's a farce. It's very difficult to say it out loud because people are intimidated against saying it. Because if you say it, they want to make you into a nutcase. But the truth has to come out. That's why I'm doing this interview. The fact of the matter happens to be that the whole war on terror is a fraud. It's a farce. Yeah, there's a war going on in Iraq because we invaded Iraq. And people over there fighting, you know. But the war on terror, that's a joke, you know. And until we discover what really happened on 9/11 and who was responsible for 9/11, because that's where the war on terror emanates from. That's where it comes from. It was 9/11 that allowed this war on terror to begin. And until we get to the bottom root of 9/11, the truth of 9/11, we'll never know about the war on terror.
he was over here telling Aaron Russo that 9/11, a big event was going to happen in 9/11. During that event, a lot of people were going to die. And in the video, Aaron Russo says that he asked David, or the Rockefeller, you know, well, what about all these people that are going to die? And the response that he got was, look, don't worry about the people that are dying. Don't worry about what's going to happen. You just take care of yourself and your family.
I put it was like, what do you care about them? What do you care about those people? What difference does it make to you? Take care of your own life. Do the best you can for you and your family. What do the rest of the people mean to you? They don't mean anything to you. They're just serfs. They're just people. You know, it was just a lack of caring.
And, you know, I get that, taking care of yourself and your family, but at the expense of thousands of people dying, I just didn't agree with it. And I still don't agree with it. So that was the beginning of my awakening. And from that awakening process, I started sharing these newfound ideas and newfound information with people. One of them being someone very close to me. And that person just didn't believe that our government would be that corrupt, that our government wouldn't do that to its own people, that the government was for us. But in 2020, when the pandemic happened, that same person I had a conversation with realized that what I was saying 10 years prior was true. You know, they started seeing their things in their own life and what was going on around the world that planted the seed that I planted in 2009. And this is the beautiful thing about freedom of speech and about our own thoughts and opinions, that when you share something, that person may not agree with it or may not even believe it at the time. But later on down the life, that seed that you planted continues to grow, and it continues to awaken them to the truth. You see, the truth never fails. This is the reason why we have the ability to speak, and then why our speech is free. As long as we're speaking truth, the truth never fails, man. You know what I'm saying? So I've been on this journey of deep diving into all this information about what's going on with the world, and it's led me to this point. In 2020, when we were going through the pandemic, I started posting all these truths that I was finding. And I was sharing my opinion on it as well on social media, on Facebook, and Instagram and stuff like that. And so what happened was my voice got silenced by way of canceling my accounts. So it was those things that happened by being canceled on social media that even strengthened my belief in the freedom of speech even more. My voice was being silenced. So at the time, I just let it go, and I created another account, and I would start. For those of you that know me, I put a little bit of truth out there every now and then, you know what I'm saying? But I think that now it's time for me to start speaking it up, to speak my mind instead of just, going by the wayside. You know what I'm saying? I think that everybody's opinion matters. And if we don't have this debate, if we don't have the ability to speak freely, then what else do we have? You know what I'm saying? This is important. And our rights have been attacked. I seen it all throughout COVID when I was trying to share the truth. And the funny thing about that is they shut me up by deleting my accounts. But the things that I was saying back then, if you look at right now, people didn't believe it. People were calling me conspiracy theorist and this and that. Look, I don't give a shit about that. Right now, those exact same things that I was saying has been proven. So I know who and what I am, and I know that my spirit does not lie to me. Ever since I was awakened in 2009, my spirit has been showing me these truths. Your spirit will show you your truths, will show you the truth. It's impossible for you, your spirit, your inner self to lie to you. Look at yourself in the mirror, ask yourself a question, and you will tell yourself the truth. You see what I'm saying? So anyways, I just wanted to touch base with you guys on how important it is for us to speak up, to practice our rights, because if you don't practice your rights, they will be taken away from you. And you can see all across the internet and all across society that these people that are in power are trying to shut you up when you speak the truth. Even people that are not in power, that just haven't awakened to the truth yet, are trying to shut you up, trying to keep you from speaking the truth. But look, I don't care if you believe me or not. I know it's true when I hear it. My spirit tells me what's true, and I'm gonna share it, man. With that being said, hope you all are having a good first 2 days of the year 2023. We got a lot coming up. 2023 is going to be an amazing year. I want to talk to you about the Brunson case, which reached the Supreme Court. There's going to be a conference on it on January 6th of all days. And January 6th, you all know what a January 6th is. But January 6th, the Brunson case will be talked about tomorrow. I want to touch base on that and share with you guys what the Brunson case really is. And so this is what gives me hope about 2023 being an amazing year. Change is coming, y'all. Just wait for it. Anyway, with that being said, hope that I've inspired you just a little bit, and hope to continue to keep inspiring you guys, man. Anyways, see you around.
You have to stand up for what's right in life. And unless you do that, you're nothing.